Shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. In the name of his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man. This is in the book of Acts, chapter 2, and verse 17. And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith the Most High, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old man shall dream dreams. Right. And you can find that in Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Let's go there. This is Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. Yet the number of the children of Israel shall be as the sand of the sea, which cannot be measured nor numbered. And it shall come to pass that in the place where it was said unto them, Ye are not my people, ye are African Americans, Hispanics, Native Americans, anything but my people, what does it say? There it should be said unto them, Ye are the sons of the living God. That's right. So our sons, which is of the children of Israel, the 12 tribes, we were going to be what? Able to prophesy and dream and see visions, pursuant to Acts chapter 2, verse 17. So why did I bring out these verses? Because listening to this song by James Brown, it just dawned on me that he was actually seeing a dream and prophesying a vision, whether he knew it or not. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the song, This Is a Man's World. And we're going to figure out, and we're going to find out just what he was saying, even by him not even probably knowing what he was singing about. But it's just, it's just revelating that that song just hits on so many points other than what it was supposed to be hitting on. A song just for the surface, just for entertainment. But we're going to go dive into that song and look at the lyrics and link those up with scriptures and see just what he was saying, whether he knew it or not. He was fulfilling prophecy. So I'm going to go to that song and I'm going to pull up the lyrics and we're going to look at it and we're going to go from there. Okay, It's a Man's World, lyrics by James Brown, and it reads, This is a man's world. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Right. And this is a man's world. This is Esau's kingdom. We are living in his kingdom. We have to go to him for everything, for all the wants and needs, pursuant to the curses that fell upon us in Deuteronomy, the 28th chapter, for not obeying and listening to our power, Yahweh. And it says, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. And he knew that. Because in the garden, the snake was the most subtle beast of the field. And he used the woman to get to the man, And we can get that account. But a virtuous woman, one spoken of in what? Proverbs, I believe the 31st chapter, around verse 10. Those are the ones that you need to be seeking for. Those are the women that this song was talking about. It wouldn't be nothing without that a righteous woman. She is more precious than rubies, because you have a unrighteous woman, which is spoken in I believe Ecclesiasticus 26 and verse 23. about a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. And we're going to pull those scriptures out. But let me finish up reading these verses. It says, you see, man made the cars to take us over the road. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made electric light to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like Noah made the ark. All these things are made by man. Right. So that you can work for your daily bread. Slavery. It says, this is a man's world. Well, excuse me. It says, this is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. That's right. So Esau, that serpent, knows how to use the woman to come against the man. Read in Deuteronomy 28, verse 56, how she should be envy against her husband and her son and daughter. So Esau knows this. But it says, man, think about our little bitty baby girls and our baby boys. And man made them happy because man made them toys. Right, for distraction. And after man make everything he can, you know that man makes money. Right, and it tells you not to lend upon usury, to buy from other men. So when he made this money, that put us into debt. Now we no longer have tangible things that we can trade and use for natural resources. We using his man-made money that he puts in circulation throughout his economy, which is why we in the boat that we in now, because this system is getting ready to crash. But it says, this is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing, not one little thing without a woman or a girl. And he knew that. That's why he came to the woman in the garden first and not into the man. He's lost in the wilderness. He's lost in bitterness. He's lost. That's right. And because we didn't obey the Most High, we are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. So we are lost in that wilderness. So now, let's look at this one more time. This is a man's world. This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. Let's see the comparisons between a virtuous woman and a wicked woman. This is Proverbs 31, and we're going to just go down to number 10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. The heart of her husband doth safely trust in her, so that he shall have no need of spoil. She will do him good and not evil all the days of her life. She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchants' ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She rises also while it is yet night, and give meat to her husband, and a portion to her maidens. She considereth a field and buyeth it. With the fruit of her hands she planteth a vineyard. She girdeth her loins with strength, and strengthen her arms. So this virtuous woman is meek and humble, and she is way more far worthy than above rubies. So that is a virtuous woman. And we can go to Genesis, the 2nd chapter, and look down to around, I believe, verse 18 and see. And Yahweh Almighty said, it is not good that the man should be alone. I will make him an helpmeet for him. And you know, if you find such a woman like it was spoken in Proverbs 31, that is more precious than rubies. A peace of mind, a helpmeet, as opposed to a wicked woman and, have you up all night questioning yourself. Like it says, it's better to sit in a corner of a rooftop than to live in a wide place with a unrighteous woman. So let's get that. And this is the opposite of that virtuous woman spoken of in Proverbs chapter 31, verse 10. And this is Ecclesiasticus of Sirach, chapter 26, verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. So this is why you may get that wicked woman that's causing you headaches and that's making your life a living hell. But it says, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. Ecclesiastes 2:1. So this is a man's world. It wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl, a virtuous woman, a virtuous girl, because she's going to be brought up into becoming that virtuous woman. You see? So it tells you, and we're going to go get that, it tells you in Proverbs 21 chapter, verse 9, about being by yourself. It's better to be in a small corner than living in a big, wide open place and not having that peace of mind from being with a wicked woman, which is spoken in Ecclesiasticus 26, verse 23. This is Proverbs chapter 21, verse 9, and it reads, it is better to dwell in a corner of the housetop than with a brawling woman in a wide house. So although you may have a big mansion and a house, you can't really get away. You can't even get your peace of mind because you got this brawling woman who's constantly looking for some kind of confrontation. So it is better for your peace of mind that you live in a small quarters than live in a wide house where you constantly have to be back and forth in it with this woman. So this is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl that's a virtuous woman and a girl. But Esau knew that, so he made it to where you would be living with a brawling woman. And not just Esau, we made it because we didn't listen to the Most High and keep his commandments, and we went after other idols. So he put these curses on us. So we brought this upon ourselves. Esau is just playing his part, his role in this. But we are now waking up to who we are and coming back to the law, statute, commandments of the Most High through his only begotten Son, Yahushua, and we getting things back in the track. So we're going to go back and read more of that This is a Man's World by James Brown. This is a man's world. This is a man's world. But it wouldn't be nothing without a woman or a girl. You see, man made the cars to take us over the road. Man made the train to carry the heavy load. Man made electric light to take us out of the dark. Man made the boat for the water like Noah made the ark. All things indicating work. So you're going to have to work for your daily bread, as spoken in St. Luke, the 4th chapter, 4th verse. Give us this day our daily bread. So it says, this is a man's world. That's right. This is Esau's world. The most cunning hunter. Pursuant to Genesis, the 25th chapter, verse 27. Jake was a plain man. You know, Jake is good with just having a little house, chilling, not doing all this other stuff, man. Esau like to go observe and do all these wild and crazy things, man. He's a hunter. He's a hunter of the field. It says, man think about our little bitty baby girls and our baby boys. Man made them happy because man made them toys. That's right. Man gave us distractions to keep us from his word, whether it be other vain philosophies, religions, giving us money to keep us far from coming back to the truth. Man made us happy by giving us what? Toys, it says. And after man make everything as if it couldn't get any worse, what does he do? You know what it says? What? Man makes money to buy from other men. Spoken in Joel, the 3rd chapter. We can get that. And this is Joel chapter 3. We're going to read down to verse 3. And verse 1 reads, "For behold, in those days, and in that time, when I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem, I will also gather all nations, and will bring them down into the valley of Jehoshaphat, and will plead with them there for my people, and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations, and parted my land." Right, so we were scattered among the nations. Man made money off of us. So what does it say? "And they have cast lots for my people, and have given a boy for a harlot, and sold a girl for wine, that they may drink." So originally we started off as that first currency in the trade world, and then eventually they made money after they got tired of carrying these heavy resources, whether it was people, gold, silver, whatever. They made paper currency to trade amongst each other, but it started out with trading in us. What did it say? They traded a what? A boy for a harlot, and what? Sold a girl for wine, that they may drink. So man made money. Going back to the lyrics, it says what? And man made them happy, because man made them toys. And after man make everything he can, you know that man makes money to buy from other men. Right. And this is how he continuously to keep us enslaved, by having us use money and lending upon usury, where you never get out of debt. So from one day to another, you just working barely to stay afloat, because the interest levels are continually rising. So that 30-year fixed mortgage that you think is good today, by the time you pay it off, man. But going on to the next verse, it says, "This is a man's world." Right. This is Esau's kingdom, man. You was brought over here to awake, pursuing the Romans, the 13th chapter, 11th verse, to awake and realize your punishment, not to get comfortable and look for lavish things and stay in a stupor. This was to waking you up to who you were, pursuant to what? Hosea chapter 1, verse 10. It says, "This is a man's world, but it wouldn't be nothing, not one little thing, without a woman or a girl." And we already seen the two types of woman or girl, virtuous versus wicked. It says, "He's lost in the wilderness. He's lost in bitterness. He's lost. And that's right. He is lost. He's talking about us as a nation. We are lost. And we're going to see why we lost. And then I'm going to close it out. And we're going to take it from there. So this is why we lost, basically. Hosea chapter 4, verse 6. "My people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge." We don't have no clue of what's even going on, yet alone who we are. It says, "Because thou hast rejected knowledge, what? I will also reject thee." So we in that wilderness, lost, without a light to find our way back home. It says, "I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy power. I will also forget thy children." So that's why we lost in the wilderness. Some of us are finding our way back right now and bringing other people and awakening them. But some of them, they don't even want to be found. They like living in the lost, living in the wilderness. So with that being said, I'm going to close out with 1 Peter, and we're going to take it from there. And you already know, 1 Peter chapter 5, verse 8, and it reads, "Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour." So, if you don't know what time you in, you don't know what's going on, and you think it's, just a sure coincidence that all these things are happening in the world, and it's going to get back to the way it was, and we just got to, ride it out. Be prepared for some strange things to take place. Especially get into this word and rightfully divide the truth so you'll know what's going on. Because like the song says, this is a man's world. And if you don't know who man this world is, you might get carried away. So check out the song by James Brown, "This is a Man's World." Listen to the lyrics yourself, meditate on them, read the verses that I brought out. And like it says, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. So with that being said, Shalom.